our lives, and none clearer than what we see in Islamic history, and especially when on the plains of Karbala. Why? Because on the lead up to Karbala, Dunia was offered on a plate to two people. Two people. Who? Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi and Umar ibn Saad. Both were offered Dunya. Unbelievable, the offering of Dunya that was given to them. Umar ibn Saad, what was he offered? To sell his soul. Because let me be clear on something. Our mosque life is not our real life. Our mosque life is not our real life. My real life is 9 to 5, not mosque. 9 to 5, the scams and the bribes and the deceit, that's the real one. Dua Kumail, anyone can do, tick box. A'mal, 23rd night, bring me anyone from the street, I'll let him sit for 6 hours, he'll read Arabic without knowing what he's reading. The real life is 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is either you sell your soul for this dunya or you don't. Alcohol on the table, I need to get big contract hits, big figures. I need to make sure that I do haram. I need to make sure that I get involved in this gambling. I have to make sure that I look after these people and their interests so they complete a good deal. They say, have a fun time. That's the real test. That's the real test. I steal from the welfare check of the government, claiming I don't work, and reality, that's the real test. The real test is not mosque. Mosque, we all have to act in a certain way to make sure we continue. Therefore, Umar ibn Saad, Hur ibn Yazid is representing all of us in the dunya akhirah battle. Subhanallah. Umar ibn Saad, knowledge of Quran. Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, knowledge of the Quran, tick box. Umar ibn Saad, praise. Hur, praise. Again, both of them have ticked the boxes that you need. But one of them woke up and reflected. Which degree do I want on the day of judgment? Which degree do I want? Who's going to be more important for me on that day? And on the night of Ashura, Imam al-Hussain sat with Umar bin Saad for 3 hours. How long? 3 hours. He told him, what are you doing? Wallah, this world is short. Wallah, what are you doing selling your soul like this? What's he promised you? He said, he promised me the land of Ray. Imam first said to him, I'll give you the land of Bogeh bagha. The Bogeh bagha was a piece of land Mawla owned. It was worth so much by the time Karbala was taking place. Huge piece of land. Imam al-Hussain said to him, I'll give you the Bogeh bagha. You know how much it's worth? He said to him, yes. He said, so what are you doing? Why are you selling yourself for this dunya? He looks at him, 3-hour conversation night of Ashura. Umar bin Saad thinks about it. In my opinion, this is my historical opinion, until around 8 a.m. on the 10th of Muharram, Umar bin Saad is still trying to find a way out. He doesn't want this to happen. At the same time, next to him is Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi has been promised the treasures of this world. At around 8:30 to 9 a.m. on that morning, Hur begins to notice a couple of things. First thing he notices is someone saying, give water to the hooves of our horses. The heat of Karbala is burning them. Hur is in disbelief that your horses deserve water. And those kids are screaming, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. Umar ibn Saad, in his period of contemplation of hierarchy of importance, do I go for what's in front of me that I could see, or what Hussein promises that is unseen? Umar ibn Saad is still thinking, and is trying to find a way out. Shimr bin the Joshan says to him, if you do not go ahead with this war, I'll report what you're doing. Umar bin Saad turns around. He says, be the first to shoot the arrow and be a witness that I was the first to shoot an arrow in Karbala. Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, contemplating. Dunya, akhirah. I can balance both, but this moment could decide it. Someone turned around to Hur, he said to him, if they asked me who's the bravest warrior in the whole of Kufa, I'd say Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, but look at you, what's wrong with you? He said, I need to make a decision between Jannah and Jahannam, between Dunya and Akhirah. And he turns around to his son, and he turns around to his servant, and he says to them, come with me, let's go. And that moment becomes a metaphor forever. Not just a metaphor of Tawbah, but a metaphor of how he used dunya to the extent that he could, but ultimately he knew that it was short. But if he died next to Hussein bin Ali, then he would have mastered dunya and akhirah. And his footsteps towards the army of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, he got closer and closer, and his head was bowed down. Imam al-Hussein, how soft-hearted he was. That the man who blocked the water from his children, his heart was too soft. He said to him, forgive me, I have nothing to give you. He said, Aba Abdullah, forgive me. I'm the one who blocked your children from having access to the water. And because of that, allow me to be amongst those who goes out to fight in your way. He sent his salams to Sayyida Zainab alayha salam. He sent his salams to the rest of the soldiers of Imam al-Hussein. He came out on the battlefield valiant and so confident. Why? Dunya hadn't deceived him. He no longer wanted to be known as governor of the armed forces. He wanted to be known as servant of Hussein bin Ali. He came out in front of the opposition. What did he say? إني أنا الحر ومأوى الضيف أضربكم في أعناقكم بالسيف عن خير من حل بلاد الخيف أضربكم ولا أرى من خيف. He began to fight the opposition one by one, taking down the soldiers that were in front of him. But at the same time, the pain of hurting the children of Abu Abdullah weighed heavily on him. He continued to fight until a man struck him. He fell onto the ground. One by one, the opposition began to attack him. Imam al-Hussein saw Hur lying there on the ground. Imam al-Hussein ran out towards the battlefield. He sat by the body of Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. When he saw the eyes of Hur, he said to him, oh Hur, you are Hur like your mother named you. You are free in this world and you are free in the hereafter. He began to carry the body of Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. The lines of poetry break our heart that were recited next to his body. لنعم الحر حر بني رياح صبور عند مشتبك الرماح. لنعم الحر إذ فاد حسينا وجاد بنفسه عند الصباح. He carried the body of Hur back into the tents. Something about Abdullah had done all the time is that whenever one of his companions would fall, he'd carry their bodies back. When Hur fell, he carried his body. When Habib fell, he carried his body. When Muslim fell, he carried his body. When John fell, he carried his body. When Abis fell, he carried his body. I ask you all one question. Who carried the body of Abu Abdullah when he lay there and Shimmer came towards him? Everybody had a man to carry them except Hussein bin Ali. His body was carried by the horses of Bani Umayyah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Raise your hands, my dear brothers and sisters. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to raise us with Muhammad and Al Muhammad. Ya Allah, allow us to receive the shafa'ah of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Allow us to be amongst those who follow his message in this world and the hereafter. For the originators of this majlis, Ya Allah, raise them with Muhammad and Al Muhammad. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to get closer to Nahj al-Balagha and allow us to be a guide for us in our life. After the Quran is the greatest guide for all of us. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Surah Al-Fatiha. But before it, wherever you may be, the loudest of your salawat.